welcome. Yes, you're in the new Providence. When niggas get to snapping like they got no common sense. When we approach with confidence, we vote with confidence. Cause I'm consist enough to throw the hardest to the fence.
Man, yeah, bitch, I'm on top of my game. So when you take my picture, put it in a superstar frame.
Now I get steady looks, cause I got heavy push. A playmaker with the rock, no Reggie Bush. Yeah, the Betty look kinda like a heavy book. They ready shook cause they already heard the hook.
Pour it up. Y'all
know what time it is. It's Beer Bros, baby. Your weekly bad decision. And we back here just to tap in for this wild card weekend. And luckily, I'm feeling wildly coyote right now. So your boy Vio the Face is back in the building. We gonna get this one popping. Thanks for you guys for welcoming me back. You know what I'm saying? But we here now. We about to get this going. Him is back. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this one going. I'm also with my guy, Jay Rees, the gambler.
Beer Bros, we back in the building, baby. Special playoff edition. Let's go.
Oh, man, it's playoffs, but we ain't playing around here. And one of these guys here with me to help keep things in order, I got Silly C, and he got the numbers. What's up, Silly C?
It's your boy. Let's go.
Yeah,
Fantasy champions, raise your hand.
That's my boy right there.
Oh, if you're a champion, I'm like a co-champion. Are we diving right into that? Okay. Are we diving right into that, man? They late and a dollar short, man. I know this ain't even on the menu, so I ain't even gonna cook it up. But there's some frustrations with how the season ended, and I do know there are more important things on the line. But you know, when there are millions of untold dollars up, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of tough to come to a resolution and whatnot, and everybody's feel not cheated. With that being said, how was y'all championship weekend? How was y'all fantasy last week of the playoffs? Jay Rees, quick recap.
Nobody gives a fuck about your fantasy team. Moving on.
All right, Silly C, you were actually in a Super Bowl, and you probably care a little bit about that. How'd it go for you, man?
It went pretty good. You know, I was able to pull off the ring, and two-time, everything kind of like the source. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it balling. You know, keep it pushing.
That's all you can do, man. It was a crazy week, man. First off, before we get this going, we'd be remiss to not say, you know, thoughts and prayers with Hamlin and his family. You know what I'm saying? Me and my family experienced something very similar this year. And it's tough, you know what I'm saying? When you don't know what's happening, there's a lot of effect on the individual, but, you know, everybody around them's affected. And it's just really tough to kind of put a singularity on the importance of human life when we are just playing a game. Now that I got serious, let's get off of that. Let's get going, man. Let's crack open this 6-pack of games. With no further ado, let's go ahead and throw it over to my boy Jay Rees. What's the first hand we cracking?
We cracking it right up, man, with the Seattle Seahawks going to visit the San Francisco 49ers. They got the 49ers sitting at -9.5. And we got an over-under total of 42.5. My boy Silly C. What's the fantasy impact on this game?
Oh man, so we're gonna jump right quick into the top 5, but we already know that.
Yeah. We already know this game. This game is.
We already know that number one.
C-Mac Alicious.
Let's get it going.
Boom.
We'll get it going right up in there. And then we got Geno Smith, Purdy. I do like him a lot. Kenneth Walker and Kittle. I do think this is a nice little top 5. Go ahead and unpack that.
Man, that's a tough top 5 to debunk. But first of all, I want to know, just like the dude that got his bike took in, where's Debo? Where's Debo? I got my chain here to tuck, and I don't know what's going on, man. It's looking pretty slim without him on the list, man. I'm not exactly sure how to take in this list, but I do expect a big game from Debo, a big game from DK, and just, man, I think we might see some surprises here, and that might be in my pick. But Jay Rees, go ahead and break down this top 5.
Oh man, Christian McCaffrey, you always want to get up in your lineup. He's about to boom. I actually think he's going to be the highest scoring, the most rushing yards off this weekend alone. Kenneth Walker, he's always a beast, especially at that price point. George Kittle, that man's always catching touchdowns from the boy Brock Purdy. So yeah, man, we got to get it rolling with this list. This is about to be a real good game right here, man. A legendary battle. The third time they're playing this game. I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into my pick on this one, man. I cannot take the San Francisco 49ers with a rookie quarterback in his first playoff game, especially with him letting the outside noise get into his head on this one. I don't think he's going to do too well in this game, guys. But to be honest, I just don't think he's going to cover the spread. So I'm taking Seattle plus 9.5.
Man, Seattle with the points, that seems like something pretty fair to do. But, man, Kyle Shanahan has been coaching them boys up, man, like with the trifecta of solid head coach, solid GM, and a plan. Like, you just see that trifecta coming into play. Wait, three times. Wait, Russell Wilson. How did I bring my Broncos into it? Geno Smith topped him in yards, passer completion, and broke his record for passing completion, yardage, and passer rating on the season. So he is with the trifecta. Only thing that can make Russell Wilson most sick, you know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be Geno winning a playoff game with Pete Carroll. With those circumstances surrounding, man, I do think San Francisco's a solid team with a solid roster. But, man, I can't trust that quarterback. And it's crazy to me that I'm saying I'm going to trust Geno Smith more in this game. I'm going to take Seattle with the points. But this wouldn't be fun without no onions. Sprinkle them in there. I'm going to take Seattle on the money line. Let's go.
Whoa!
Silly C, did you make your pick?
No, I think along with the running game and the defense, just San Francisco is going to be too much there at home. I got San Francisco.
Yeah, man. We'll see how that goes, man. Next game on the schedule, Jay Reese, go ahead and crack open that next one.
Cracking open the next one, man. We got the LA Chargers going down to Duval to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. We got this game sitting at -2.5 with an over-under of 47.5. Fantasy impact players, please.
Here we go. Let's launch them.
Yeah, so we jump right in there. We got Austin Eckler, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, and Travis Etienne. Again, I'm going to go ahead and kick this off. So, again, what was the over-under?
47 and a hooker.
And what was the spread?
-2.5 for the LA Chargers.
I'm definitely going to go with Jacksonville in this case. I think Travis Etienne, again, just like last week, gets it done. I do like Eckler in here in some positions, but really, I think Jacksonville's going to roll.
Man, we talking about budding stars. We talking about stuff happening. But what I'm really want to talk about, man, is just picking that tomato before it's really ripe on the vine. Like, and that's a lot what's happening in LA, man. They got Justin Herbert and just big, juicy tomatoes. But I don't think it'll be a green tomato this week. I think Trevor Lawrence has shown his yams, sweet yams. I think he about to get out there, thick neck and all, and go out there and prove himself. I do like Jacksonville in this, even -2.5. I think I'm gonna take the team from Duval over you all. What you thinking, Jay Reese?
Both of you guys are wrong. You're wrong. I'm telling you right now. Austin Eckler is going to have a major impact on this game. Don't forget the likes of Keenan Allen. Mike Williams should be back in the form. Justin Herbert, it's his time, man. And yes, Doug Peterson did coach up the boy Trevor Lawrence, and Cody and I have been on Trevor Lawrence heavy this year. But I think that they're just a year away, maybe even 2, from reaching the final pinnacle. But in this spot right here, even traveling across the country, it's going to be a tough task. And the Chargers coach, he makes some pretty oddball decisions, but I think they get the job done in the high-flying game. And I am taking the Chargers on the money line because that's the bet I actually put in.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. Silly C, I see all these people on your list, but I also see no Jags wide receiver mentioned. So give us your pick, but also tell me like a little sleeper pick you might have in a Jags offensive weapon not named ETN.
Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know. When it comes to Jacksonville, I don't think they have a lot of other weapons. I do see that they do have a nice little line that will get Etienne some play, but their receivers I don't think will be a big piece in this game, so I'm going to stay away from any of them.
It's hard to argue with that, but one thing I ain't gonna argue with is them heavies. And when you talk about double E's, we talking about Evan Ingram, and he has been a monster as of late. He's getting the targets, he's getting the completions, and even more than that, the boy is getting some touchdowns. So I'm really kind of interested to see what he'll do this weekend. But I'm even more interested to see what Jay Reeves has a third can in his six pack, baby.
Crack it open, man. This is that big boy can, that 24-ounce, because it's a heavy number, boy. We got the Miami Dolphins going to see the Buffalo Bills, man. They got this game sitting at minus 13.5, and this number was actually fluctuated from minus 10.5 to 13.5 because Teddy Bridgewater is not available and Tua Tags is not available in this game. And over under 43.5. What do you guys think about this game? This is about to be a slapper right here. Somebody's getting slapped.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy, man. And much like when I used to play Silly C and that Killer Instinct combo breaker, and that was all in
Live.
Orchard. That was all Orchard. You know what I'm saying? And that's where this game's gonna be held at Orchard Park. We're gonna have crazy drunk fans getting put through flaming tape. You guys. Can I say this again? The fans will be drunk. They're getting put through flaming tables. They out there making pizzas in file cabinets, bro. There's nothing that makes any sense. 42 and a half. Take that. Throw it out the window. The Bills will score 40 burger. Absolutely. So if the other team puts up a field goal, which they might not because they got Teddy Bridge and Bridges is left burnt. But I'm gonna go with the Bills big time. It's gonna look a lot like the Horned Frogs got done the other night by the Bulldogs. It's gonna be stupid. Jay Reeves, show me why I'm wrong.
Oh, you're not wrong, my brother. You're not wrong at all. I'm taking the Buffalo Bills. I'm gonna take them on an alternate spread. Minus 20.5. I say they beat them by 3 touchdowns.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. He's saying the 21 piece, 21-0 shutout, Silly C.
The boy.
Show me the fantasy impact players that make that statement make sense.
Well, we're going to go ahead and start, of course, with Josh Allen, and then we'll go off to Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Gabe Davis. But there's also a lot of other fantasy impact players in here. Really, in my situation, I really like Waddle and Hill. Those are both going to be ones I target because Tua's going to have to get the ball to them, and he's going to throw a lot. So I say right now, target both of them.
Man, with those fantasy top 5, Jay Reeves impressions, what do you think's going to happen? I know you gave your pick, but what do you think fantasy football wise?
It's going to be real hard to trust Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle in this position, man. I'm taking Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, Josh Allen's on mine all day long. I think they should have a huge impact on this game. Maybe Gabe Davis can finally get off his ass and get back into form. And maybe he's just a playoff monster. So Gabe Davis, he's actually the sneaky play in this one for me, man. So this is a really good list, but it'd be a lot better if Tua Tags would start.
I think it would. But what I'm concerned about in this game that might be high flying is we don't see a running back featured in the top 5. So, Silly C, fantasy expert, give me the running back to feature in this game. Is it Singletary? Is it Wilson? What do we got going on, man? Who's your favorite?
I like with the last couple weeks of the season, the production and points per reception that Singletary was getting. So I would definitely go with Singletary.
Singletary, I do like him and what he's been doing, but for the price, I might just mess around and go in with like Cook at that price point. So, I mean, it could be more beneficial. Jay Reeves, do you have a preference either way in these lackluster running back fields?
Yeah, man, I'm definitely taking Devin Singletary, man, because he has actually been just a terror, pretty much a devil, like I almost called him in the playoffs, man. Devin Singletary may go ham in these playoffs, and they may be running a lot, especially in cold weather. So I'm definitely going with Devin Singletary. James Cook is not a bad option either.
All right, Jay Reeves, bust open can number 4.
Can number 4, let's go. We got the New York Giants visiting the Minnesota Vikings. They got this game sitting at -3. And I want to say the highest over-under on the card at 49 and a hooker walking down the street. Fantasy impact player on this game.
Silly C, take it over.
All right, so
J Jeff, baby.
I'll kind of explain a little of what this chart means here. So this actually will show the percentage of the game, what a player is supposed to get. So, for instance, 21% of these top 5 points is going to be made by Kirk Cousins. So, with that being said, our top 5, we got Justin Jefferson, Daniel Jones, Kirk Cousins, Saquon Barkley, and Dalvin Cook. Now, I really like Minnesota, but I don't know. The Giants have been playing really good football, and they got Saquon Barkley, which is just a freak of an athlete. I think in this case, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Giants.
Yeah, man, Giants might be a good look in this one, man, and I just kind of want to know where Jay Reeves is landing on this because this is Skull Nation against the G-Men, and I'm wondering how it's going to turn out. What you think, Jay Reezel?
Oh, man, 2 rookie head coaches in Brian Daboll and Kevin O'Connell, man, and they both made the playoffs. It's just some really good coaching going on right here, but I'm going to tell you right now, the Minnesota Vikings about to smoke the New York Giants pack on this one, man. I got the boy Justin Jefferson going off for 100 yards and a touchdown. Get that in your player props bet right now. TJ Hawkinson, he's about to go all the way up. Kirk Cousins finally shows up in the big game, man. He's got to get that monkey off his back, man. I'm telling you, Daniel Jones, he's been coming along. Saquon Barkley, they got a nice little chemistry going there. Really no wide receivers to throw it to. I think they're about to get smoked by the Minnesota Vikings. Give me Minnesota Vikings by 7 to 10 points in this one, man. Easy.
Silly C, get your pick in.
Again, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go with the G-Men. I'm going to disagree with Jay Reeves.
Well, I'm gonna upset y'all. I'm gonna upset y'all wallet, and I'm gonna upset y'all tummies because this whole thing stinks of upset. I'm gonna ask you forward question. Do you like that? Do you like? No, I do not like what Dalvin Cook has shown me all year. I do not like what Kirk Cousins has shown me. Like, bruh, I don't know how they do it in the South. I don't know how they mess with their cousins because that's one cousins I never mess with, man. I'm letting you know right now, man. I don't even know what to do with the Vikings, but I do know I'm not going to pick them in a game that solidifies them to be great. I don't think Kirk Cousins is exceptional. I do not think Dalvin Cook has proven to be exceptional. I do think Justin Jefferson is amazing. Madison is amazing when he gets PT. I'm not going to take the Vikings in this game. Upset alert, Giants. Let's go. Crack open that first can. That fifth can. First. That first.
Man, we got the Baltimore Ravens visiting the Cincinnati Bengals. Looking a little Lamar Jackson-less because this number was sitting at -6.5. Now it's at -8.5. Lamar Jackson has not only not been spotted at practice, he hasn't been spotted anywhere. That boy is off the grid on major lockdown. I need to know what's going on with the fantasy impact players minus L-Jack.
Silly C, tell us Mo.
Well, in the top 5, we can't minus him yet because he hasn't clearly been ruled out and there's still a chance. So, with that being said, he drops into the number 4 spot. But we're going to go ahead and say we got Joe Burrow, number 1, Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. And I really want to jump into Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon, sorry, and his production over the last several weeks. He was actually very consistent, several different passes, and he is also a beast when it comes to these playoffs. I would definitely look at him and T. Higgins to take aim at most of this game, especially with the way that they've been acting towards the end of the season. T. Higgins is a monster. So look at T. Higgins definitely for your lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I can't say I disagree much with you. I just think one point I got to make is like, man, why would why would Lamar Jackson play this weekend? There's nothing else I could show you. If you don't want to lace my pockets, you out there giving Roquan Smith 5 years, $100 million.
He must have been rolling his eyes on that one.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm not gonna play with y'all if I can't show you that's like when baby mamas and this for our audience, but baby mamas and everybody be like, oh well, you could do more. You could do more. You don't help with this. We'll do. There's nothing I'm gonna show you tonight that I haven't already shown you. If you don't know me by now.
Right?
Lamar Vandross, man, this weekend. I feel like he should sit out and show them why he is important to that team. I'm going to take Joey Buckets all day, Big Cigar Smoke, LSU Energy, BDE, Jamar Chase. Y'all know what time it is. Jay Reeves, who you picking?
Man, I'm going to snatch Lamar Jackson off that list and throw in the boy J.K. Dobbins, man. And I really do feel like behind J.K. Dobbins and the boy Snoop Huntley at quarterback, they may really try to slow this game down and get to running a lot. That -8.5 is a fat number. Now, I took the Cincinnati Bengals at -6.5, but I'm standing away from -8.5. I'm just going to go with the Bengals here on the money line because the Ravens could very well get their cheeks blown, but being a divisional battle, I could see this being a tight one. So give me the Cincinnati Bengals on the money line.
Bro, I can't even get you in there with like so many pause worthy. This might be a tight one. It's getting their cheeks blown, bro. Pause.
I was
All right,
there,
now
bro.
resume. What's the next game on the schedule, Jay Reese?
Man, the next game and the final game, dun 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 dun, coming up on Monday night.
There's no Monday night in the playoffs.
Bro, it's Super Wild Card Weekend. We got a Monday night. Man, we got the Dallas Cowgirls taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They got the Cowgirls sitting at -2.5, and they got this game at over under 45 and a hooker walking down the street. Silly C, talk to me, baby.
Yeah, so also in addition to kind of explaining the last one, the way this is broke down is this is also based on my own projection, kind of the Beer Bros projection. With that being said, we got Tom Brady going in at number 1 because of definitely a salary piece. Mike Evans at number 3. And that's pretty much that we have on this list. And we'll take it back to y'all. Sorry, I don't say Dallas players.
It's all good. Silly C, why you don't say Dallas players? Can I do a quick little versus battle for you? Quarterback, Silly C, you taking Dak or Tom?
Fantasy, I'm taking Dak.
Wide receiver Mike Evans just got his 9th 1,000 straight or ninth season with over 1,000 straight yards, and CeeDee Lamb's a young budding career. Also got another 1,000. Who you taking, Mike Evans or CeeDee Lamb in this game?
I'm taking Mike Evans.
All right, and I don't even see Ezekiel on here, but who you taking, Lombardi, Lenny, or Tony Pollard?
I'm taking Pollard easy.
All right. Now that he done gave us a recap, Jay Reeves, why don't you give me your take on this game?
I'm telling you right now, Dak Prescott and the boys look real lackluster in the game that they should have won last week against the Washington Commodes. But that's neither here nor there. They didn't get the job done. Mike McCarthy's job is definitely on the line for this game, man. I really do feel like Dak and CeeDee wake up and really have a huge connection, and Tony Pollard is super explosive. Ezekiel Elliott has slowed down a little bit, but he's still a thumper. I am taking the Dallas Cowgirls. I hate to say it because they're just a real smelly team with their legs always wide open, especially when it comes to the playoffs. But I'm taking the Cowgirls in this spot right here. This is a great spot for them. Tampa Bay and the Buccaneers have been looking real lackluster all season. I have no love for them. Get Tom out of here.
This is a great spot for me. That's what it is. I don't have to pick the Cowboys. There's no stress. If they win, yeah, the Buccaneers been all down. But if I pick the Buccaneers, your boy called this in like week 11. I was like, yo, it's going to be Tom Brady against Jalen Hurts, Kirk Cousins, Dak Prescott, Daniel Jones, the quarterback of these elk. And he's going to have that standing in front of him and getting to a Super Bowl. And y'all have a problem with that? I'm sorry. I have a problem with that. Tom Brady will win in Tampa Bay on Monday night. Dun, 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 dun. And not only will he win, he will dominate. Silly C, you got to give me some fantasy or your pick that will just kind of explain this whole thing away.
With my pick, I don't know. I probably am gonna say, well, I do know. I think that Dallas is gonna be too much for them in this case. They finally look like they've reached a point where they're at least going to go deep in the playoffs. We'll see what they can do later. I do see Philly being a problem for them, but those are my picks right now from over there in the NFC is either Dallas or Philly.
So you put your picks in. That's ironic because it's the first week of the playoffs and
That's how I roll.
only due process. Pick the Super Bowl. Pick the Super Bowl, Jay Reeves. Go.
The Philadelphia Eagles versus the Buffalo Bills. I'm going straight chalk, and the Bills will bring it home.
Silly C, go ahead and pick your Super Bowl.
It's hard to pick right now, but I really do think Dallas is gonna go to the Super Bowl.
Whoa, spicy C!
I think they're gonna go ahead and lose to the Buffalo Bills, who's gonna beat Kansas City in the AFC game. Let's go.
Okay.
You a wild boy, Cody, and I like that about you. You a wild boy.
Spicy C.
I'm gonna go with percentages. You supposed to be the number guy, but since I've been alive,
this one came from the heart.
Since I've been alive, Tom Brady has won damn near 20% of the fucking Super Bowls that has happened since I've been alive. I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Tom Brady besting Joe Burrow, snatching cigars out of his mouth just to say, I'm the GOAT, baby. I'm the GOAT. He the GOAT. I don't even know how GOAT sound. That's an elephant, but whatever, same fucking shit. GOAT, baby. I'm gonna definitely take Tom Brady in there. That's my pick. I'm gonna go outside of the box. Tampa Bay Buccaneers Super Bowl champion because I live my life on the edge, and that way you really ain't taking up that much room. Like I'm on the edge. Like y'all can have the rest. I'm gonna take the edge. I'll take Tom Brady, and I'll take the numbers. Anything else to say?
That's all
hey
I
man,
got.
When it's you against the sports book, Beer Bros, we got your back.
Bros.
Yeah. Yeah, boy.